5 weeks off, new rules, every team with upgrades, and Formula One comes back not with a normal race weekend, but a sprint weekend. One practice session, then straight into qualifying. Miami is the most compressed, most unpredictable race weekend of 2026. Here is exactly what happens and when.
So, to really get a grip on the chaos that's about to unfold in Miami, we've got to first break down what makes a sprint weekend so different. Why is the pressure cooker turned up to 11 from the very first lap?
Okay, so think about a normal race weekend. Teams get 3 whole practice sessions, right? Plenty of time to tinker, to get the car feeling just right. But a sprint weekend? It throws that whole playbook out the window. You get 1 practice session. Just 1. After that, boom, it's straight into 2 qualifying sessions and 2 races, the sprint and the main Grand Prix. Your prep time is basically vaporized, and the competitive action, it's doubled. It's intense.
So if you're kind of new to F1, here's the deal with a sprint weekend. It's designed for maximum action. After that one single practice, every time a car rolls out of the garage, it's for real. Every session counts. There are no do-overs, no second chances. It is just pure, unfiltered pressure.
So, with only 1 shot to get everything perfect, how on earth are the teams supposed to prepare? It's a huge question, right? Well, for Miami, Formula One has thrown them a lifeline, a crucial one-time only change to help them manage this insane pressure.
And that lifeline is a special 90-minute practice session. Yep, the FIA, the sports governing body, made a special exception just for this race. They're giving the teams a little extra breathing room, right when they need it the absolute most. Normally, that 1 practice session, we call it FP1, is just 60 minutes. But in Miami, it's been bumped up to 90. Now, I know what you're thinking. An extra 30 minutes? Big deal. But trust me, in the world of Formula One, that is an eternity. It's enough time for a whole other set of runs, for major setup changes, for grabbing that last bit of crucial data before the cars are locked into their settings for the rest of the weekend. It's a game changer. So, why the sudden generosity? Well, the FIA laid out 3 key reasons. First up, there's been a massive 5-week gap since the last race in Japan. The drivers need a little extra time to get back into the groove, shake off the rest. Second, and this one is huge, there are brand new technical rules that are going live for the very first time this weekend. And third, it's basically them admitting, hey, we know the sprint format is brutal on practice time, so here's a little something to balance things out.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Here's the official statement. The FIA themselves are saying this decision was made because of that gap, the new rules, and the sprint format. It's them officially recognizing that this weekend is a perfect storm, and the teams absolutely need this extra time.
Okay, so we've got this crucial 90-minute session locked in. With that in mind, what does the rest of the weekend actually look like? Let's map it out. All right, let's get into your weekend blueprint. This is the full schedule for the Miami GP. And just a heads up, all the times we're talking about are local Miami time.
Okay, Friday, May 1st. It all kicks off with that critical 90-minute practice session at noon. That runs from 12 to 1:30. After that, there's no messing around. At 4:30 p.m., we go straight into sprint qualifying. This session sets the grid for Saturday's sprint. Now, moving on to Saturday, May 2nd. The sprint race itself is at 12 p.m. It's a quick 100-kilometer dash where the top 8 finishers grab some points. But the day is not done. At 4 p.m., everything resets for the main qualifying session. This is the one that sets the grid for Sunday. And that brings us to the main event. Sunday, May 3rd at 4 p.m. It's the Miami Grand Prix. 57 laps, full points on the line. This is the big one.
Subscribe to PitCrew TV. We are covering every Miami GP session all weekend long.
Now, this is super important, so let's make it crystal clear. The 2 qualifying sessions are completely separate things. They have nothing to do with each other. Friday's sprint qualifying, that only sets the starting order for the short sprint race on Saturday. It has absolutely 0 effect on Sunday's grid. Then you have Saturday's main qualifying. That's the big one. That is what decides where everyone starts for the main Grand Prix. So think of it as 2 mini weekends packed into one.
Okay, so we've got the schedule down. We know what's happening and when. But that still doesn't quite capture why this weekend in Miami feels so monumental. Why does this one race carry so much weight for every single team?
It's because this is way more than just a tight schedule. Miami is a massive test. It's a perfect storm of brand new, unknown variables clashing with incredible time pressure. Seriously, every team is basically flying blind into this weekend.
Let's break down the two core factors that are cranking up the drama. First, you've got universal upgrades, and I mean every single team on the grid has confirmed they are bringing a package of new, untested parts to Miami. And factor two, those new technical regulations we talked about. They go live for the very first time in race conditions, a double whammy of unknowns.
So what do these new rules actually mean on track? Well, the super clipping power, which is basically an electric boost, has been ramped up from 250 kilowatts to 350. In simple terms, that's a lot more electric power for drivers to deploy on the straights. Think more overtaking, more defending. But at the same time, the maximum energy they can recover per lap during qualifying has been cut. It's gone down from 8 megajoules to 7. The idea here is to force drivers to just go flat out more often instead of managing energy. It's all about pushing for those spectacular on-the-edge laps.
So let's recap the pressure cooker. You've got new parts,
You've got new rules.
and you have just 90 minutes to find all the answers. 90 minutes to make the new parts and the new rules work together before everything gets locked in. The pressure is just off the charts.
So this is so much more than just a race. It's a huge engineering puzzle, a strategic nightmare, all happening in real time with the clock ticking down. With so many unknowns, the big question is, which team is going to get it right when it matters most?
Miami is days away, and anything can happen. Which session are you most looking forward to? Drop your answer in the comments.
And if you want F1 content that gets straight to the point, subscribe to PitCrew TV. The 2026 season continues now.